Hi guys, sorry I've been off for a while. Actually, I had an emergency I had to deal with, and it took me almost like 2 weeks or so. But I'm back now. So let's talk about Chelsea. Yeah, I noticed some couple of things happen last week and last week before the window closed. Instead of buying Simon, they end up buying Garnacho. For me, that's a financial mistake. I'm not saying Garnacho is not a good player. Garnacho is a very, very talented young player. Understand? But I would prefer they sign that Simon of a guy rather than Garnacho. You know, this situation whereby Kopama is in injury now and Joao Pedro is playing his role, and it's kind of, giving us empty space at the front where we don't have anybody due to the lapse injury. So if Simon, would have been the one to come to Chelsea, then Joao Pedro would have been playing the 9 role while the Simon would have been playing the central role. But nothing is bad about the decision they made, okay? But I just felt it could have been Simon because we have a lot of players already at the wing. Gittins has not been given time or more minutes to actually prove himself. During the preseason was when he got a better, chances to actually do something. But coming to Premier League, he has just been, off and on few minutes to play. So this would have been a perfect time for us to see what Gittins can actually do. Understand? But instead, they went and bring another winger again, Garnacho. And now they will be sharing that wing also. Because already we have Estavo on the other side. And now we still have Garnacho. We are having a lot of wingers. And if the injuries are not happening in the midfield, we won't have players to actually fill that role except we, switch players from different wing to play there. So like we're not having other midfielder. We are having other midfielder like Santos is there. Yes. But Santos has not actually shown his quality. Santos is still new to the game. He's proving himself. He's still in the process of proving himself rather. But he has not actually shown that quality of that midfield, that strong midfield role he can actually, grab. So for that, we will definitely be suffering in the midfield if we have injuries. And now that we'll be playing Champions League, we are in Carabao Cup, we are in FE, we are in Premier League. It's going to be a tough one. Understand? And then talk about, countryside, whereby players need to go back to their team to play in countryside. Injury is going to be a serious case, and I just pray we don't have injury in the midfield. Because if Chelsea should suffer more injury in the midfield, it's going to be a problem. I'm telling you, it's going to be a problem for us because we end up bringing wingers to play the midfield. And which I don't see is an ideal situation. So I was thinking they could have recruited more midfielders. Like now, Enzo Fernandez is actually working tirelessly in that role. A lot of people don't see what Enzo Fernandez does. People just believe Enzo Fernandez is just there. People don't understand that Enzo Fernandez is a way kind of a holder in that midfield. Yeah, Caicedo do the defending, dirty work and stuff like that. But Enzo Fernandez's role is very, very important in that midfield. But a lot of people don't see that. They don't see that because in most matches where you see Enzo Fernandez turn off, you notice Palmer is struggling to, enjoy his play in the midfield. Because Enzo Fernandez is the one making Palmer to be actually free in that midfield to work very well. But a lot of people don't know that. We just notice that, okay, Palmer is shining, Caicedo is doing the massive defensive work. Not knowing that Enzo Fernandez is actually contributing a big deal there. So I'm afraid of injury in the midfield, actually. Generally, I'm afraid of injury in the midfield. So we'll have recruited more midfielders rather than going for wingers more. That's my own opinion. If I was asked, I would have preferred we sign Simon than Garnacho. But nevertheless, it's still good signing for Chelsea. But let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. And then I'll see you guys in the next video.